Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Akon, and I will present an overview of our paper entitled Mobile Phone Visual Ethnography, Bridging Transformative Photography and Mobile Phone Ethnography on behalf of my co-authors, Benét, DeBerry-Spence, and Dan Hogan. Mobile phone proliferation in developing economies has arguably affected the everyday lives of subsistence consumers and entrepreneurs like no other technology in recent times. The impact of mobile phones is evidenced by its embeddedness in everyday consumption and business practices. Existing literature in anthropology, communication, geography, marketing, and sociology have illustrated that mobile phone adoption have social and cultural implications based on a growing focus of ethnographic studies, along with the increasing usage of mobile phones in developing countries. Surprisingly, the use of mobile phones to collect data is less prevalent. It is important to understand that mobile phones have been utilized in research in two main ways: as the topic of ethnographic research or as part of the ethnographic method. Our focus is on the latter. Overall, our review of scholarly ethnographic literature uncovers a distinct categorization of mobile phone ethnographies. These inform how mobile phones have been used in ethnographic inquiry across disciplines in myriad ways, such as assisting researchers in collecting both passive and active or non-visual and visual data from informants in the field that is either central or supplementary to the research investigation. Supplemental use has included analyzing social media status posts, photo blogs, or social networks of participants as a method of data source triangulation. Central use of mobile phones in ethnographic studies is less common and has been used as a form of experience sampling method, or ESM, or as part of a mobile text messaging based intervention. While the use of mobile phones in these studies accommodate culturally embedded practices among populations often difficult to reach, their research design remains researcher-centric, posing epistemological and ontological issues where participants' realities and what's deemed as valid data are incongruent. Moreover, subsistence marketplace research to date has minimally used mobile phone-based ethnographic methodologies despite its prominent usage in such markets. This research gap, combined with the proliferation of camera-equipped mobile phones and its ownership in developing markets, present a unique methodological opportunity for transformative researchers to collect data in a way that is both highly contextual and empowering for participants. We explore mobile phone visual ethnography, or MpVE, as a conducive method for data collection within developing economies and aim to contribute to the growing dialogue about visual methods in consumer research. MpVE is the scientific and systematic ethnographic study of behaviors and culture in a naturalistic setting where the mobile phone is central to data generation, and visual data such as photographs taken with a mobile phone have primacy over other data forms. Consistent with the bottom-up approach, participants capture images of everyday people, places, and things as they are encountered and perceived, presenting an added degree of naturalism to the photos and empowerment to informant voices. Participants have the final say in the photos shared with the researcher. As the ethnographer is a participant observer, MpVE also includes researcher-taken photos. We note that though MpVE may include participant interviews, the textual narratives from these are supplementary, helping clarify what is represented in the photographs and thus aiding analysis. MpVE differs from other ethnographic methodologies such as transformative photography or photo voice and visual ethnography that utilize visual data. Specifically, MpVE has a heavy reliance on the use of mobile phones by research participants and the transformative power that mobile phones can provide. There is also an emphasis on capturing mobile non-digital consumer behaviors and activities. MpVE can capture what's referred to as photograph taking and making, or the taking of photos versus the planning of the photographing process. MpVE's focus is to capture the everyday while promoting and emphasizing transformation of the consumer well-being. Finally, MpVE requires a bit of researcher autoethnographic acumen to be able to facilitate and participate in reflexive dialogue with participants. While we highlight benefits and advantages of mobile phone visual ethnography in the paper, we also sought to demonstrate its capabilities and challenges. We conducted a mobile phone visual ethnography with consumer merchants at the Center for National Culture in Accra, Ghana, West Africa. The study was part of a larger research initiative to identify how existing infrastructure such as microenterprises and consumer merchants can be leveraged and integrated into a large-scale urban redevelopment initiative. Our study focused on activities and behaviors of market players such as resident shop owners and consumers, market administrators, visitors, and mobile sellers. In this way, our study is a market-oriented mobile phone visual ethnography. Our research objectives were twofold. First, we sought to develop an activity-based framework for understanding everyday value of one of the largest arts and crafts markets. And second, we sought to gain experience with mobile phone visual ethnography in an African marketplace and garner insights into the challenges and opportunities of this methodology. Because MpVE involves participants taking pictures of activities that may involve others, participants need to be trusted by other marketplace actors. Lack of trust creates situations where participants are unwilling to share their phone and or be seen working with someone. This can make data collection difficult, where everyday people with whom interaction is sought for capturing will not agree to that person taking their picture. Frequent but unwelcome electricity outages, weak or no telecommunication networks, and related infrastructure failures was another challenge that impacted our mobile phone visual ethnography. Such challenges often meant dead mobile phone batteries and many days when phones could not be conveniently charged. In a similar vein, a slow, unstable, or inoperable telecommunications network prevented photographic data from being uploaded. This has an impact on participant mobile phones as their growing accumulation of photos took up space on their mobile phones, subsequently leading them to delete photos to make room on their devices. This necessitated managing such behaviors through technological workarounds, such as temporarily utilizing the WhatsApp messaging app to store photos in the event of hitting or getting close to storage capacity limits on one's mobile phone. Finally, low reading literacy in the marketplace is one reason that a bottom-up visual-centric methodology that uses an everyday technology can be quite advantageous. However, we did not anticipate the range in general mobile phone technology literacy and digital skills. Some participants only knew how to make calls and send text messages, while others knew how to surf the internet or use social media. Several people were unable to perform tasks such as switching between apps and copying pictures to a photo. This lack of knowledge required that we provided additional training in conducting basic tasks with mobile phones. Despite the challenges we faced while conducting our mobile phone visual ethnography, there are plenty of opportunities with this methodological approach. First, we found that MpVE is less intrusive than standalone cameras, which pose the risk of denaturalizing a situation. Because taking pictures with one's mobile phone is more commonly accepted everyday activity, capturing photos of everyday life does not disrupt the natural flow of market interactions and activity. Second, MpVE allows research participants to capture what is true to their reality in everyday life and often in real time. Third, recognizing and privileging the role of human mobility in everyday life reveals how market interactions and economies are embodied, developed, and sustained. The use of MpVE allows for capturing the movement of such interactions, providing a critical link into complex market behavior. Finally, mobile phone visual ethnography helps to reduce asymmetric power relationships between researchers and participants by positioning participants as collaborators in the research process, having a voice in the research implications, thus taking part in the transformation that the research seeks to gain. On behalf of myself and my co-authors, I thank you for your time.